Hey everybody, here we have yet another AcerPower part system. This one here is better than the previous one I had. This one has a Pentium D processor, and I believe it has a better motherboard. I paid less for this one too, $14.99. I think the last one I paid like $24.99 or $29.99. I can't remember exactly how much, but it was a bit more. This one has a rather nice case, expandable. It's got 4 USB ports on the front, your audio jacks on the front, and like I mentioned, it's expandable. You can put a floppy drive or a card reader in those two bays, and you've got an expansion bay here. And the thing I like about Acer cases is you can put up to 4 hard drives in many of them. Normally you have to have a mid-tower size case to do that, but this one here usually can hold 4 hard drives. I think this one can hold 4, not exactly sure. Have a look at the back. This one has a slightly better motherboard. This one here actually has a light-on power supply, not a FSP. I already have a fan on the back for cooling. And that's going to have a look inside. See what we have. I have not tested this one yet, so I don't know if it's good or not. Again, there's a motherboard. Not sure what chipset it has. Not sure if it's an NVIDIA or if it's a ATI or Intel. I want to say it's probably an Intel chipset. As long as it's not an SIS chipset like the last one I had. But yeah, this one has the full hard drive bays, and this case actually has tool-free latches. Definitely nice to see. See what the power supply is rated for. It's a dual 12-volt rail power supply actually. It is rated for 300 watts at 25 degrees Celsius, and at 50 degrees Celsius ambient it's rated for 270 watts. The plus 12 volt rails, one is rated for 10 amps, the other is rated for 13 amps. And according to the sticker on the front, we have a Pentium D processor. Cooling command looks identical to the previous AcerPower system I had. Now let's go ahead and get some DDR2 and stick it in there and see if this thing's any good. Okay, got a crappy stick of DDR2, only 256 megs. I commonly use these horrible sticks for just testing systems. Because if one stick gets burned up, I prefer it be a 256 meg and not a 1 gig. Though in my past of doing computer repairs, I've only had I think 1 or 2 sticks of RAM get burned up. It's very rare. Okay, I got one 256 megabyte stick in there. Just going to plug everything up. See what this thing's capable of. Okay, let's go and plug it in and start it up. Start up on its own. That's great. Only had the keyboard out yet. This thing's in such a hurry to boot into Windows that start up on its own. That's the second or probably third Acer I've had to do that. So anyways, as usual, let's go ahead and have a look inside the BIOS. Here's product information. This tells you serial numbers, model numbers, all that kind of stuff. Here's like the standard CMOS features. Nothing too special here. Does seem to keep in time. Don't need to update it to daylight savings time. Here's advanced BIOS features. One thing is I never understand why they disable smart on motherboards like that by default. Yes, I would like to know my hard drive's about to fail. Set that to CD-ROM. Advanced chipset features. For an OEM system, this thing's got quite a bit of features in the BIOS. Here's your IDE setup and SATA setup. Appears we don't have RAID on this one. Here's power management setup. Plug and play. Here's PC health status. CPU's running cool. I'm going to save and exit. What's funny about these Acers is when you press the power button, they don't shut off automatically. It goes into like a suspend state. I'm going to hold in. That shut it off. So anyways, pretty much all I got to do now is put in a good hard drive, put in some good memory, clean this thing out, get all the dust out, and install Windows. I'll probably install a card reader as well. So anyways, pretty good deal. Any questions or comments? Feel free to ask, and thanks for watching.